All right. What's going on, people? Hey, welcome to the Bread and Hope Show. Welcome to the Bread and Hope Show. Welcome to the Bread and Hope Show. Thanks for joining us tonight. Action-packed show as usual for you. We actually Hope is it? He's not in the Matrix for a change. He is not in the Matrix. Hope is actually on a much-needed vacation. He and the fam. They are safe. We we've been having some situations with the hurricane down in the Caribbean, but they are safe. And you know how those ships do. They'll just go around and just reroute, and they always carry would you say plan A, plan B, and a plan C when it comes to making those trips. So he is safe. He and the family is safe. And so you got me here tonight. And we will have Lou here later on tonight, very shortly. Also, thanks for Lou and representing Enhanced Sports Show. Shout out to them and to that group. Excellent show on the weekends on Saturday from 4 to 6. Hope to join that again. Also, I'm just starting out with shout outs tonight. Dirty Bird Nation. Dirty Bird Nation on Facebook group. Oh my gosh, it's just as you can imagine, it's been real crazy, really crazy, uh, since losing in losing in that fashion, and so everybody's ready to kind of like jump the bridge, but but, but coach is like, no, hold up, it's not that serious, not yet, no need to panic. So we'll see about that with the Patriots, and we'll talk about that later on tonight. Shout out to Falcons first to 10. Another shout out to NBC Stick and Sensation. We got a book that we're trying to publish, a music book. We're trying to get out there, so stay tuned for that. And also shout out to the Atlanta old school drummers. Um, we are always around the city of Atlanta, preserving the old school flavor. Uh, I would say when we say old school, I'm talking about pre-drumline, and I guess that's old school. Now it's been 20 years, huh? So, so it's the new old school. I'm talking about the vintage stuff. So shout out to Atlanta old school drummers. We'll be around town this weekend, next weekend, and throughout the holidays. And so if you can catch us, make sure you do that. Look, guys, prayers again. Prayers for Jamaica and Cuba and all the countries and areas that have been affected by the hurricane the past couple of days and right now. Um, it's one thing for the more urban areas, but it's if you visited those Caribbean areas and people have live in different conditions, and a lot of people live off the land, and a lot of times you don't have storms of this magnitude hit, but they had one of this magnitude that was a Cat 5. And if that, what I'm understanding, if there was a Category 6, it would be there. My God, but look, prayers out to everybody. Some people I know that have checked in. So far, their families are okay. So just prayers for all the families and all throughout the country, Jamaica and Cuba and different areas that have been affected. I think some parts of Haiti also. So prayers out to them. Um, let's get into sports talk, y'all. Hawks ain't a whole lot to talk about. I mean, I'm hoping that we can win a game. We got the Brooklyn Nets; they're winless, but we've only won one game. We're 1-3. There's a lot of expectations coming out of this Hawks team with Porzingis, uh, and the talent, and we've gotten added some depth, and we just have some guys, and everybody's healthy. That's the biggest thing. Everybody's healthy. Trey Young, at least knock on wood. I'm knocking on wood, so that everybody stays healthy, and so that's what we want. So uh, Trey Young, Jalen Johnson, whole crew. We just want them to stay. We want to play. In addition to staying healthy, we want them to play defense. Play NBA caliber defense, guys. Maybe you'll win a game. All right, and I understand that. I think they're trying to jail, but that's on the offensive side of the ball. So offensively, yeah, I get it. You want to run your plays and find out what your revised or your new bread and butter plays are. But defense just take effort, man. So you got it just takes a whole lot of effort to come ready to play, strapped up, keep it basic, and I'm gonna hustle for loose balls. I'm gonna start playing championship ball today. You don't start in March; it's too late. Start now if you talk about championship ball, serious postseason ball, because the Hawks have been the play-in team, and so you want them to move past being the play-in team and to actually be a legitimate top five squad within these playoffs. You don't need to have to play a play-in. So those are the measurables. I hope that these guys stay healthy and kind of find that their defense and play some defense. That's all I ask early on. So far so good. Hawks up by double digits against the Nets. Let's not hope that they come back. Let's go Hawks. World Series. I have had an opportunity to take a peek at the World Series. Right now, the series is tied 2-2. I thought it'd been over by now. Uh, I thought Dodgers was gonna win like 5. But as Lee Corso would say, not so fast. Uh, the Dodgers and the Blue Jays are knotted at 2 games apiece. Right now, at the top of the 4th inning, Blue Jays on top 3-1. So we'll see how that game ends up. But they really had my attention on Monday night. 18 innings. You gotta be kidding me. 18 innings worth of baseball. You don't see that all the time. So I thought that was very interesting. None the least, just kind of sit. And I actually sat through it. I missed like the first part of it. I'd admit that. I'm peeking in and peeking out. But hey, from the I guess 7th inning on, I'm sitting there and it's like, wow, this is going on and on. It's like 2:30, almost 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm in bed. Oh man, they still playing. So I'm in bed watching this game until Freddie Freeman comes up to the plate and smashes one. And as a Braves fan, it's kind of hard. I mean, you like Freddie, but you like him better when he's playing for your team. And to see him about to get another ring, possibly at least have the opportunity to play in another World Series, and the Braves are sitting here looking at him. That's just a fail for the general management and really just uh, just the front office guys that have just really failed. I don't think and I don't want to rehash the whole thing about Freddie Freeman and what happened when he left, but he should not have left Atlanta. He should still be a Brave. Should have retired a Brave. And so that's something that's really backfired on the front office. And you got to sit there and watch it, look forward, look at it. You got to sit there and take it all in. And the fans are the ones that's hurt because nobody really wanted to see him go. He didn't want to go. But all of that stuff kind of transpired with his people and him not. And really, ultimately, he's in charge. Even if it's your people representing you while you do whatever you do, still at the end of the day, you got to make sure you're on top of that. And it's like, what, that you got the entire story before you get traded and you don't know it. So, any rate, that's what's going on there. Pretty interesting game. But I'll probably continue to tune in once the show is over with. A little baseball, huh? Rumor mill. We're gonna talk Falcons throughout the show, but the biggest rumor mill, which is not a big surprise, Kirk Cousins is a little bit more vocal and about asking for a trade for the deadline, which I'm laughing because look, if you saw the game like everybody else did on Sunday, don't nobody want Kirk. They didn't want him before the game, and so he finally had an opportunity to start for the Falcons again because of an injured Penix, not because Penix is what it was, just bad. Penix was injured. That's the only reason he got in. Kirk Cousins, believe it or not, he has a good pocket of fans here in Atlanta. Kids, I went to training camp. You see Kirk Cousins jerseys, little kids wearing Kirk Cousins jerseys and all that kind of stuff showing up, want to get his autograph and all that good stuff. Still want him to lead this team. But I look, father time is undefeated. Okay, Father Time is undefeated. And with that being said, Father Time is definitely tapped Kirk Cousins on the shoulder. And all players feel that they can still do it mentally, yeah, but you got to go out there and take those reps and play game and play a football game in real speed. It's different. Okay, it's just different. So he found that out. Asked for a trade. I, yeah. Well, I'm not going into detail about that, but he's asking for a trade, and we'll see if there are any teams desperate enough to bring him into the fold. There are a lot of teams that need quarterbacks as we speak. A lot. Starting quarterbacks. And they have not given Kurt a call. And I'll leave it there. Maybe by next week, we'll see if he's still a Falcon or not. Look, let's switch over to college football. A lot of college football vacancies. A lot of jobs have opened up. And what are the best coaching vacancies? All right. So you got Arkansas. I think that's I think they kind of know they're going to go with Petrino on that one. He's kind of in place. They never really wanted him to leave anyway. So I think he's going to end up there. UCLA, you're in California, and you can't deny that market, but your rival is USC. And you're in the Big Ten, pretty much getting whooped. So, okay, there's some challenges there. But you're in a big market. Obviously, Penn State, being where they are, a pretty solid market. You're in the Big Ten. But they have to be careful about who they get. You're going to get good resources. But still, you're playing second fiddle to Ohio State and even Michigan to an extent. So there's some work to do there, but it's still an attractive place to go ahead and and plant your flag as a head coach. But my two schools on top, which has rigorous competition, legitimacy, just everything, but the pressure comes with it too, is University of Florida, who Georgia will see in a few days, and LSU. LSU Tigers again. So, so, so you don't want to go backwards. It's not surprised that Brian Kelly is gone. They got rid of. We were kind of talking about that before. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, probably about a month ago. I said, look, man, these guys lose another game. It's a wrap. A wrap for LSU. They lose another game. And so uh, they did. And he's history. I mean, he never really jailed with them anyway. So I'm not really surprised. Uh, Recruitment, you got to understand when you recruit down south and you're in the SEC, it's a whole different ball game, especially when you have to show up for media day and all this kind of stuff and knowing when the recruitment time. He had a staff. That's fine if you got a staff, but sometimes you got to put your hands on things. Sometimes you got to go ahead and put on your shoes and walk the hallways yourself, see what's going on and peek in and see what's going on and be a part of the action. My understanding, he was not part of the action as much as he probably should have. Didn't take recruitment as seriously. He had some guys, and he just rolled with what he had. So, by the way, they got the beat down this past week. That's not surprising that he's gone, and they're looking for a guy. Billy Napier down in Florida. We talked about that on Brad Hovind show about a month ago. Also, had a big win against Texas. That's about all you can say. Is that it was yeah. Florida's losing losing 3-4 games a year. They want to get back into the upper tier. They got talent. They just cannot find a quarterback down there. They just cannot hang their hat on a quarterback that can take them to prominence. I think Florida and Georgia, they rival in terms of the talent pool. So I think the talent pool is there. Just like I thought Auburn had talent pool there, especially on the defensive side. But their offense, you go as far as your quarterback goes. You're gonna have to get you a quarterback that can get these things done and get you get you moving. So that's the biggest thing that Florida. They got Lagway that's still there, and he's a transfer. They've been trying to go into the portal and get these guys to transfer in, but it is not really um, gone to fruition as they thought. So Florida's looking for a coach. LSU, UCLA, Penn State, Arkansas, among some others that are looking for coaches. Virginia Tech, I believe. So it's a couple of them out there. So it's funny because the rumor mill is headed towards uh it's pointing towards Lane Kiffin. So so you got all these available coaches, and but at the top of everybody's list is Lane Kiffin, who coaches Ole Miss. And so I mean I get it because Lane Kiffin's got a track record. Lane Kiffin, up under Nick Saban tree, part of the Nick Saban tree, just like Kirby Smart. And he's really brought Ole Miss into prominence as I guess you can call a premier team or an up and coming team because still they haven't been to an SEC championship. That part. He has not led his team to an SEC championship. And the biggest what's been holding Lane, he can score against anybody. The problem with Lane is that defense. Even though his defense has been a little bit better this year than it has in recent years, still that defense is what's keeping Lane Kiffin. That's keeping him out of the championship game. And that's the problem. So, but if you think about a Lane Kiffin going to a LSU or going better yet to a Florida, you got a defense without even trying, especially down in Florida. You're going to have a defense without even trying. They're going to have defensive guys and guys that are going to be in the NFL. So, with that being said, I would not be surprised. I mean, I know Lane's gonna say what he got to say this year. It's still an opportunity, even with one loss, they went out. It's still an opportunity with a little help that Ole Miss can still make it to the SEC championship up under Lane Kiffin. I think that's a reality. Yeah, you lost against Georgia, and everybody. I mean, look, everybody not named Alabama loses to Georgia. So that's really not a big thing. You may get a second crack at Georgia. Who knows? But you really want to make that playoff. And I think Ole Miss has an excellent chance at making that playoff. If they make that playoff, will that be good enough for Lane to stay at Ole Miss? That I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But I think, just my opinion, I think that with that offensive package that he has, that's exactly what Florida is missing. They're missing a Lane Kiffin. They get Lane Kiffin and they're Georgia in trouble. Everybody in the SEC in trouble. Lane Kiffin goes down to Florida. I don't want to see him go down there myself. I want to see him either stay where he is or go to Penn State. Just leave the SEC out because I don't want to see Lane. Lane Kiffin's tough enough to be there. We lost. He kicked our butts last year, and if things really didn't go our way, we really could have lost again this year at home to Lane Kiffin. So Lane don't have any problems about putting points on the board against Georgia Bulldogs. You go down to Florida, you put those points up on the board with a better defense. I don't know if Georgia beats these guys, at least this year, because I think Georgia's going to continue to get better. But we'll talk about that later on as we go. So that's just my little thing in terms of Lane Kiffin and coaching vacancies. A lot of coaches out. James Franklin's got to end up somewhere. Who's to say that he wants a chance to win a championship? Where if you want to win a championship, there's only two places you can go if you're a coach with these vacancies. You either go to the SEC or you go to the Big Ten. So James Franklin looking for a job. He got a couple of places he can go. He can either go to Florida or he can go to LSU. One of the if you serious about winning, that's what he said. You want to win a championship. Well, those two schools will get you a little bit closer than Penn State. But James Franklin with the tools, I thought he had enough tools in Penn State. Okay. So he had a lot. He's up there 12 years, 12 seasons. Well, You can't come down here. You don't get 12 seasons down here in the SEC not showing up for big games. That's his big problem. You know, he needs to change. You know, he needs to get to a point where he can win, the way he can change his name to Big Game James. Right now, he can't. he little game Franklin right now. So 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 he needs to go ahead and but that's his brand. He wins games. He wins a lot of games. You wanna do it big. Come on down to the SEC. See what you can do with LSU or what you can do with Florida. I think they can use a coach of that caliber, but whether he can win the big ones when he plays the Alabamas and the Georgias, that's yet to be seen. So we will see. And Urban Meyer names keeps coming up, but I don't know. If no, he's not going back to Florida, but maybe LSU, maybe Penn State. I mean, if he's gonna come back, now's the time to do it, or forever hold his peace. Um, I want to get into. I want to stay in this college thing a little bit. Talk about. I want to bring Lou in. See
You
if I can
called?
bring Lou in. Lou, how you doing, brother?
All right, Cedric.
Hey, good to see you, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, good to have you part of the show. So
Thanks.
I'm a double back a little
By the
bit.
way, just a clarification, we are
Yep.
not in Game 5 of the World Series. We're still in Game 3 in the 1,423rd inning, still tied at 5.
Hey Lou, were you up
So now
watching
that
that
this much,
game?
up until the 15th inning, I'm gonna collapse. Oh boy.
I stayed up for the entire thing, man. I was, by the I don't know,
I was on
about two.
I was on another show Monday night because we were covering our NFL and this, of course, and we went at 10:30, and naturally thought the game was going to be about midnight, which is fine. It went one until 12:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30. What the hell's going on? I
Yeah.
can't hold up much longer. I didn't get about 2 a.m. I mean, it was like on for 3 hours in just one show,
Yeah. Yeah,
which
man.
which is not which is not a record for me, by the way. It's not a record. The record was the 2023 NFL draft.
Mm, wow. Well, that wasn't too
That
long
was
ago.
4 hours long.
Yeah, it was long. It was a long one.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very
I mean,
long,
the
man.
entire
But that was intriguing. I mean, just for the game being in extra innings. I mean, once it gets past 12 innings, I'm like, all right, we got something here. But I didn't know it was going. I was like, oh man, we going for 20?
I was no, I was going for another show, and they were saying something interesting. Now they hate the idea of the ghost runner, but
Yeah,
in a case like this where you go to 18, it's like
yeah,
I know it's the postseason, but maybe they should institute a ghost runner once it gets
maybe.
past like 12 or whatever. Maybe they should. I mean, but
Yeah.
everyone's gonna think, no, no, you're gonna cheapen the game. Like, oh, shut up. How much longer do you
Uh,
think you gotta keep people intrigued? It's 18
yeah.
innings. I mean, people are losing sleep.
Yep.
Uh, and people age, I think, in like 5 years in just that one night. So,
Right.
hey,
But it,
when this game was started, my son was only 10 years old. Now he's got kids of his own. I'm a grandfather. Okay. When
but
this game
on
started,
top of
I
that
still
too,
had
Lou,
hair.
it was it was a work night too, Lou. It's a
Yeah,
school
that's the
night
thing.
and it's a work night.
Right.
And so at least on the East Coast, a lot of people missed it, or had to turn in. But the West Coast, I mean, even some of the West Coast, I mean, it ended like what midnight for them or something, or 12, 11 for them or something like that,
Yeah.
close
Especially
to
when we're in
midnight.
Hawaii.
Yeah, man, look, it's like, and I believe, yeah, Ghost Runner makes sense, especially if you got a game the next day. If you got a day or two in between,
Yeah.
okay, maybe not. But if you got a game the next day in a couple of hours, and it was like, I mean, Vlad, he said it perfect. He was just like, look, man, it's like that felt like playing two
It
games
was.
for us.
Yeah.
It technically it was.
Yeah.
So, but
What was
so
Dad would say.
so are you surprised at the competitiveness and how it's knotted up 2-2 in terms of the series
No,
game?
no, I'm not surprised at all. I thought the
Mm,
series can go either way.
okay,
No, I'm not surprised at all.
okay, cool. And I mean, look, I mean, if they keep this thing going, Toronto, I mean, they putting up a fight, man. They playing, man. They're not going anywhere.
Of course,
If,
some of these people are thinking, so the same thing they said Lakers in 5 last year, but that didn't happen. Okay,
nah, yeah.
that's been a running joke for the last 6 months. Okay,
Yeah. But if anybody blinks in this game, it'll be the Dodgers, man. And what's the Dodgers manager's name? What's his name? It's um I forget the manager's name, man. But he always has a tendency to kind of he always has a tendency to kind of choke a game or two or a series or two.
yes,
I know that for a fact. And so if
which is something you
anybody
shouldn't
blink,
do.
yeah, now is not the time. No, this is not the time. Not today. Not this year.
I mean,
For
but
all.
I think maybe the game would end a little bit sooner if Otani was called safe in the I think it was what the 12th inning or something. I mean, if it was
Yep.
called safe, it would have a whole different outcome. But I did see him play. I really thought he was safe at first, but
hmm
like in this weekend, no, he wasn't. But still,
Yeah.
and
It's
then you had to
crazy.
walk him 3 times. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. But look, man. I'm gonna flip real quick back to college football. I was talking about some of the coaching vacancies and some of the good landing spots,
Yeah,
and those kind of things, man. And so I know it's funny. The only thing I'll say about that to just rehash just a little bit is that Lane Kiffin is a hot commodity, and he's saying what he's got to say, about staying in Ole Miss because that's what he's supposed to say, because
uh-huh.
the season's still going on. But I don't believe anything, man. I think that he really wants to. I think that UCLA job looks good to him. That's bring him
Yeah,
back to the West Coast because he really wanted that USC job. If that doesn't come through, I think that Penn State looks good for him. But I think that really Lane Kiffin needs. If I was Lane, I would go to Florida. Uh, that's been
yeah,
his Achilles heel is defense. He don't have to work hard. He don't even have to recruit a defense. They just show up. They need an offense and they need an offensive brain. So I think Lane Kiffin can really help Florida go. Now, as a Georgia fan, I don't want to see him go down there. It makes our job tougher.
no, of course not.
but that's what's going on there. So any thoughts about where you think Lane or you think Lane's gonna stay put?
Well, I mean, that has been the rumor mill for quite a while. I think he might go to Florida.
Yeah, yeah. That's where I would go
Very
if I was Florida or no, it would just be Florida because if you go to UCLA, yeah, they can score a lot of points, but I mean that fits Lane, but it's just
Yeah,
kind of like the old Miss of the Big Ten now. I mean, he score a lot of points, can't stop anybody.
right.
So I don't know. At least he'll have half a defense if he goes to Penn State, but I just don't see him going up to Penn State. I just don't see it. I don't know
No,
who's going up there to coach. I can't call it. I don't know if you've heard that the governor of Louisiana has stepped in on this whole coaching thing, and so he's like, if we we choose anybody, the AD will not be making the choice for the next coach based on what he's been doing. We because the AD for LSU, I mean, he's responsible for the buyout of Brian
right.
Kelly, and he's also responsible for Jimbo Fisher. That buyout, he was the AD in Texas A&M at that time, a few years back, and so they everybody he chooses, they got to buy him out, and then he moves on. So I don't know, man. Buyer
Yeah.
beware of that guy. I don't think he's gonna last long with AD down there at LSU at all. So, any rate, man. Uh, just real quick, Lou, just to
Yeah.
rehash some key games.
Yes.
Over the weekend, college Georgia Tech beat Syracuse. They keep rolling on, but I think there's a lot of people. Even with that win, I think they dropped the spot in the AP rankings. And everybody's just kind of questioning their
Why would you drop a
legitimacy.
spot to one?
Yeah, I don't know, man. They just don't like Tech. They don't
I
like
guess
Tech.
not.
They just don't. And they don't feel
I
that
mean,
they have quality
Tech
wins.
is not for the Saints. It's Donovan McNabb.
Yeah, well, you know,
That's all I
I,
can say.
I Yeah, well, I mean, they beat Syracuse 41-16. I don't know what you can, I don't know what to say. Uh, so I think Georgia Tech just got to keep winning. That's it. Don't fall for the trap games, which I think they got a trap
No.
game coming up. But I think they just got to keep winning until they play Georgia, and we see what happens. Um, Ole
Yes.
Miss, Ole Miss defeats Oklahoma. That was nip and tuck early, but they beat Oklahoma 34-26.
Right.
So I don't know what Venables is going to do down in Oklahoma. Uh, I mean, he was great at Clemson as a defensive coordinator, but as a head coach at Oklahoma, he didn't bring that defensive plan or that defensive recruitment plan with him. So Oklahoma's struggling. I don't know if they're gonna keep Venables. Uh, Texas A&M, they thump LSU. We just talked about that. They beat them 49-25, and they lost their coach as a result of it. So Texas A&M is still undefeated. But I'm not looking at it. I don't know if they got Alabama on the schedule or not.
Yeah.
But let me see. I don't know if they do or not. But if they don't face Alabama and they keep winning, and Alabama keeps winning, which they probably will, then those will be the
Yeah.
two teams you're going to have in the SEC championship. Because I know Georgia lost to Alabama, so they're done, and Georgia does not play Texas A&M,
No.
so they have to sit back and. But now I'll just say this about Georgia. I just say that Georgia is fine. Just stay in the top 12 to make the playoffs, and you're good. Don't even worry about the SEC championship this year, because even if you made it, you'd be playing against Alabama, and
Right.
Georgia does not want to play against Alabama. Not this year. That's just what it is. Sorry, dogs, but it's what it is.
I mean,
Oh,
at least
go ahead.
Alabama's bounced back from the early season loss. Because
Yes,
and they were falling down the ranks. Like this is not the Alabama we've come to know. Well, I know. I mean, I know it's not the Nick Saban era anymore, but they haven't seen it like that since he took over. Now they're working their way back up. I don't know if it's gonna if it's gonna be enough to get them to the championship game, but they have made some strides in the last 6 weeks.
I agree. I
But
agree, Lou.
we got two surprises this year, I think, in the college football world.
Mm.
I mean, two that I didn't think was ever gonna happen in my lifetime.
Yeah, well, I mean, Vandy is one of them. They
That's
edged
right.
Missouri. Yeah, they edged Missouri. They
And
beat
he
them
is
17-10. It was nip and tuck. I knew it was going to be a
yeah,
tight game. But they unfortunately Missouri lost their quarterback, which is
yeah.
going to affect them for the rest of the season. For them, that sucks. But Vandy
I mean,
moves on.
The last time Vandy did this well, I mean, the dinosaurs were still roaming the earth. So
Yeah, right.
now,
Right.
yeah,
The dinosaur bowl. That's what they've been doing,
right.
getting ready for the dinosaur bowl. That's how
Yeah,
long it's
they were
been.
good. It was the dinosaur era.
So so yeah, Vandy keeps moving, man, and so they keep doing what they're doing. And Bama, they outlasted. So, and that was an interesting game with South Carolina. South Carolina was up like 22-14 in the fourth quarter.
Well,
Alabama comes back.
don't forget the other surprise this year.
Indiana.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Indiana. I'm
yeah,
like, that's a
yeah,
basketball school, man. They're not known for football,
yeah,
even in the
yeah,
Big Ten. I'm like, this is unheard of.
yeah. Yeah, Indiana, and it eventually they got to pay the piper. Eventually, they gonna have to see Ohio State one way or another.
That
They're
could
gonna
be a
have to
back
see
burner.
'em.
That could be the
Yeah,
back burner.
but but look at it, Lou. I mean, Ohio. Look at who's Ohio State play other than Texas, and I don't
No
even know
one,
if Texas is all that. And look, and it's debatable
all
of
the
how
hype
good.
surrounding Manning wasn't even worth it. I mean, Manning isn't that great. I mean, if he thinks he's ready
Mm,
to go out next this at the end of the season and go pro, forget it. Forget
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Not
yeah,
a chance.
at all. I don't see it, man. He's gonna have to come
At
back
least
another
for the
year.
year. Yeah,
Yeah,
at least
yeah,
for the
yeah.
year. Don't
At
be
least
another
another
fool for
year.
Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm nobody's really impressed with the guy.
I'm
So and we'll see. And they they got a ways to go,
not. If
man.
he went in now, he'd be worse than Johnny Manziel.
Yep. So guess what, man?
Wow.
Vandy plays Texas. this weekend. Vandy goes to Texas.
Oh
And
yeah,
let's go on and move on to the picks, man. Let's ease on over to that since good
yes,
segue, man. So Vandy's going to Texas. That's a noon game. So who you think
Andy,
wins that game?
Andy.
Vandy. I I think I'm Vandy on that one, man. I don't think
I'm not
Texas
for Texas at all.
is yeah, I think they've been getting their butts handed to them for the most part. This year in their second year in the SEC, they made it to the championship last year, but you got beat by Georgia. But like I said, that's just that wasn't a big surprise. But look, I'm going Vandy too with that one, Lou.
Yes.
Um, Penn State plays Ohio State. They're going to the shoe to play Ohio State. That's a noon game also. Who wins that
I mean,
game, Lou?
at the beginning of the season, I thought by this time it'd be a great matchup. Not anymore. Gotta go with Ohio State all the way.
Yeah, I'm with you,
Penn
man. I
State's
mean,
collapsed.
yeah, I mean, I don't. Ohio State's really had the yellow brick road. This has been the year that Ohio State's really hadn't played. They're a pretty good team, not a great
Yeah,
team, but a pretty good team. But
right.
that's what I can say about everybody. I don't see any great teams unless Indiana's pull something out the hat,
I don't.
and I don't see any great teams. A lot of parity in the league, so anybody can be gotten on any
Yeah.
given day. But I think Ohio State, man, they just been following the yellow brick road. They just really haven't. Everything just been falling at their feet. So I
Yeah,
see
man.
Ohio. Yeah, I see Ohio State winning that one, man. Oklahoma is going to Tennessee. That's a night game. Who wins that?
I'm going Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm going Tennessee. I'm going with the home team on that one too. I think things are probably worse than people imagined or thought it
Yeah.
would be in Oklahoma. Oklahoma was worse than Texas. So coming from being the big dogs in the Big 12 going to the SEC, they kind of like falling in line, kind of like behind Missouri. Missouri came, but at least Missouri won the SEC. At least they won.
Yeah.
They can say that, which was crazy.
Is it
And won
Missouri
six.
or is it Missouri
Yeah,
or Missouri?
Missouri, yeah, Missouri, yeah. Mizzou. I just call it Mizzou. I
I call
mess
it
it up.
Missouri.
Missouri.
Or some people also call it Missouri.
Yep. Missouri. Yeah. I mean, they got a solid team until the quarterback got hurt.
Yeah.
So, but I agree. I think Tennessee pulls this one out in the night game against Oklahoma. Georgia Tech is going to North Carolina to play North Carolina State. That's also a night game.
It was a basketball game. I want to take NC
I'm
State,
calling
but it's
that a trap.
football. I'm going
Yeah, I'm calling this a trap game, Luke,
yeah.
because North Carolina State, they're like 500 ball club, but they always the kind of team that'll show up during a night game at home and win a game that they're not supposed to win. They do it all
Uh,
the time. They're not a great team, but they don't suck either, but they just that trap. They're the definition of a trap team or a trap game. They're
okay.
gonna they're gonna get Tech, and that one's going to overtime. Tech's gonna have to win that game in overtime. That's what I think. I
All
think they're a
right.
better team, but it's just I just that Wolfpack, man. They just dangerous, man. That's what they do. Uh, Vegas hates them, so that's why Vegas hates they hate North Carolina State. But final game I'm going to talk about, Lou, is the Bulldogs. Is the great cocktail party. Bulldogs and
We're
Florida
going.
Gators. I will not be going to that game. What's today? Wednesday. Yeah, if you want to make it to that game, you got to leave. People start leaving like today or tomorrow.
Yeah, I was going to say, I leave right now.
Yeah. People usually leave like today at the latest Thursday.
I'm going Georgia.
You going to Georgia?
I'm
I
going
think this is
Georgia.
gonna. Yeah, I think it's gonna be. Even though they don't have a coach, teams play a little bit freer when they lose their coach. We don't know what they're
Yeah.
going to do. I don't know if they're going to stick to the same game plan they had when Napier was there or not. So that's going to make it tough. It's already tough to beat Florida as is. Florida gives Georgia hell every year. We do for them also. I think Georgia's gonna have to win this game late. I think Georgia goes down early against Florida, and they're gonna stay down until the second half. They're gonna find a way to kind of make this thing close. I think Georgia wins a close one by a field goal in this one. I give Georgia this one by a field goal. Uh, and I don't know what the spread is on that one, but Georgia just cannot. The keys to victory for Georgia is don't go. It's to you want to be in the game. You don't want to go down by double digits by 10 or more points in the first half to Florida. Don't do that. Got the defense is too good. And you want to keep it close or be in the lead in the first half. You're not necessarily a fast start, but you don't want to get lethargic. And they need sacks, man. This is kind of the worst team, the worst defense I've seen from Georgia in quite some time. They just don't get sacks because they don't have their linebacker uh, developed yet. So we look for that. So I agree with you, Georgia in that one, but I got them in a very, very, very close game. So Lou, let's move on to the pros, man. Let's move on
Yeah,
to the pro games, man. We're making good time tonight. So let's move on to the pros
sure.
and some key games, man. I think that the Eagles beat the Giants, but the biggest thing out of that, the Scatterboo
That's
got hurt,
correct.
man. He dislocated his ankle, and he's out for the year. I hate that, Lou.
I
I
do
hate
too.
I hate that, man. I mean, he was an exciting player. Him and Jackson Dart, man, they were just making it happen, man. And on just a routine play, man, it's just a routine play. Guys going for the ball, man, and you get rolled up on in the worst kind of way.
Yeah,
Ugh,
I mean, that was like a
I hate
revenge
that,
game.
man. So yeah, boy. So I just wish the best for him for recovery when he comes back next year, man. I just hate, and I mean, to be so young, he's becoming a team leader. They need leadership for that team. So, oh boy. So that's that. Jets beat the Bengals. That was a big game.
I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you picked them to win last week, man. Yeah, I think you picked them
I
to win.
did.
Yep, yep. So that was a good win. I think that was out of all the things that have happened. Um, and Justin Fields had a decent game. I mean, Bengals had their chances to win, but Jets did what they had to do to come away with the dub. And Justin Fields, I'm happy for the young man because it was tough, man. You don't want your boss out there putting you on Front Street in front of the whole world. Like, man, ain't nobody got my back. Not even my boss. I mean, you can talk about me behind closed doors, but don't come out here in front of the national media and blast me like that. So Broncos beat the Cowboys. That's not surprising. We saw that coming. I think everybody picked the Broncos for that one. Um, Bucks stumped the Aints. Happy about that. We all picked the Bucks in that one. But I missed out on this one, Lou. I didn't see the Texans beating the 49ers, man.
No, neither did I.
Yeah, yeah. I missed that one all the way, and it's funny. And I'm about to get to something real quick, man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, perfect segue. The 49ers last week beat the Falcons like they stole something. And right after the Falcons had that big game against the Bills, and they come behind there and they do all of this stuff against against the Falcons. And it's not necessarily that the 49ers are a great team, but it's proof that the Falcons, whatever the Falcons are running offensively, it's not working. Offensive coordinator ain't working. The plays he's calling is not working. Nothing is working offensively and defensive. They had gaps too. They just ran straight through the middle, and they ran through the middle, stopped the run, and we couldn't pass. That's how the 49ers beat us. So you fast forward to Sunday, this past Sunday, the Dolphins, not a good team, in
I really
turmoil.
thought they're going to do better this year. I mean, I really was expecting them to do better for some
Yeah,
strange reason. I thought maybe they had a chance to challenge the Bills this year, but obviously not.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, man. I mean, at least so far, halfway through the season, Falcons look worse than they did last year. And everybody's, for the most part, is healthy. Now, we've lost a lot of players on the defensive side of the ball. We lost Diablo. It's one of our, I mean, man,
Defense. That's the thing. You don't have
look, man, it's Diablo is so good, man. There was a gold nugget we found out of Las Vegas, out of all places, man. We got him from the Raiders. He's a big guy, but he's very mobile. He can get sacks. He can stop the run. He's the prototypical linebacker. That's what you want. And then we had the outstanding rookie Jalen Walker. He was hurt, so he's out of the game.
Yeah.
And so we had so many injuries all over, man, that where that we're not deep. So when you're not,
I
yeah,
mean, not that I'm a Dolphins fan because I'm really not, but I am very disappointed this year.
yeah, man, the Dolphins. I think it's just a matter of time before the coach moves on. I didn't think they were going to be. I agree, Lou. I didn't think they were going to
Oh, put
be
it this
like this.
way: flipper.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think. Yeah, I didn't think they were going to be this bad. I
No,
told a buddy of mine. I got a buddy of mine, and so the Dolphins is his childhood team. Kind of like the Rams was is my childhood team, and so he still kind of follows the Dolphins. And I said, man, look at your fish, man. He's like, man, look, this is not a good team. They're gonna lose again next week. But it's the problem is the Falcons and what they're running offensively. Any college team can stop what they're doing because it's so predictable. And when your offense is predictable, Lou, I don't care how well you I mean, either you got the players to execute bad plays, or you just got fairly average players, and fairly average players cannot execute bad plays. Am I
yeah,
wrong? I mean, that's
no,
football.
not at all.
Yes, and that's the problem in Atlanta. Is the problem in Atlanta is you got to I think it's deeper than that. I think it's deeper than your head coach and all these other folks, man. Everybody, no, offensive coordinator is not great. I don't even think the head coach is that great, to be honest. Raheem, I
No,
like him. I know he's a player's coach. That kind of thing. I think he's better as a specialty coach. I don't know about as much as a head coach. But maybe they're not giving him enough to work with. I don't know, but
Brett, you still there? Uh-oh. Brett? Brett? Oh. Brett? Ah, he lost his mic. Cedric? Oh boy. Hang on a second. I gotta check something. Huh. Let me go and come back in again.
One, two. Testing one, two. Testing one, two. All right. So while we wait for Lou to come back, um, okay, I told him I can hear Lou and got him coming in. So guys, hopefully you can hear me. Yep, I can see my mic moving, so I can hear myself. So you guys should be able to hear me. Sorry about that technical difficulty. I don't know what that was. Remind me of this old platform that shall not be named. So so we're gonna kind of keep it moving on with this Falcons talk until Luke can come back with us and get this thing together. But yeah, Falcons. I think where I left off at is I think it's a lot deeper. Oh, okay, we got Lou right here. All right, Lou. I hear you, Lou. You might want to edit your photo if you want to. You edit your photo before I put you on stage. There you go. I'll put you on stage. All right.
Okay, okay. I
All
was
right.
I was just trying to see if it was my line or yours that got, you know.
And I check my U. I can see the dots moving at the bottom, and I can see both of the
Yeah.
dots right now. So we're good. So real cool. We're back. So real quickly, where we left off, that I think there's a deeper issue with the Falcons that is in the front office, which involves Rich McKay, which is president of operations, and he's been here for a very long time. He came from Tampa Bay, and I know that he and Raheem, that's his guy and everything, but he did not want Belichick because Belichick would have told Arthur Blank to fire him.
Mhm.
He wants total control of the team and operations.
And he'd
And
be drawing a lot of blanks too.
yeah, right. And he was going to be so. You see what happened with
Let's put
Belichick.
this: we have more blanks than a match game episode.
Oh my gosh, man!
Hello there.
This is true though, funny but true. So this is it. So this is and for me, Lou, if you got the same recurring problems, I mean, you're carousel of coaches. You had Arthur Smith for 3 years. You had another coach for a couple of years. Can't keep
Yeah.
quarterbacks here. You missed up the Matt Ryan thing. All of these things are synonymous. If you got different coaches and the same problems with your team, look, we've had problems scoring since Matt Ryan was here doing his last years.
You're
And so if you,
screwed.
yeah, so football is real simple. It's won in the trenches on both sides of the ball. If you want to run the ball and do whatever you want to do, regardless who you got back in the back, You got to be able to move people on the line. You got to be able to move people. If you want to move, if you want to stop people, you got to be able to run gap. If people can't run on you, then you're forcing the pass, and your DBs are sitting there waiting on the play.
Yeah,
that's it. You know, you don't need all these fancy plays and West Coast and all that kind of stuff. People talk about the pistol offense from the Falcons and well, it's holding us back. No, it ain't. People run pistol all over the league and are successful. Nothing to do with it. It's something to do with these players that we picking and the people who's doing the picking and putting in the architect of this franchise. The problem starts with architecture. That's it. The foundation is faulty. They don't know how to build a good team here in Atlanta. Okay, that's where I am. Atlanta does not know how to build a good team. It don't start with the coach. It starts up top. So if your GM is running your team, it starts with him. But the GM's not running the team. You know why? Because two different people are doing the picking. The GM did not hire Raheem. Usually the GM will hire the coach because he shops for the groceries. No, Raheem was hired by management. He was hired by the Brads. So it's kind of like, you know, the GM is not really my boss. He's my boss, but he's not really my boss. All right. He goes, he doesn't go to his GM, he goes straight to Arthur Blank. That's a problem. Your coach should not be going straight to Jerry Jones or Arthur Blank or whoever the ownership is. That's bad. That's bad. If you got the coaches going in a straight line, a B line to the owner, that's a problem. That's a problem. So I that's all I got to say about the Falcons on that. The Falcons played the Patriots, Lou, coming up on Sunday. And let's just go ahead and pick because I think that I don't think the Falcons gonna win this game. I'll let you pick first. I do my little spiel. Go ahead, Lou. Who's gonna win that game? Yeah, Dirty Birds versus the Patriots. That game is in New England.
Unfortunately, I have to go with them.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
Or say that thing.
Yeah, it's 1:00 game. I don't think the Falcons win this game. They just don't. I don't. You are what your record says you are. So yes. I think the Falcons lose, and I do not like that team that should not be named on this show. No, not tonight.
Always know what you don't like.
Right. We know what we know.
That's the way I work. That's the way I work.
So I'm on. Let's just call 3 games here. The Bears are going to the Bengals. Who you got in that game between Bears and Bengals?
Surprisingly, I usually think if I ever took the Bears, I would never win because I used to never win with them. But they have shown improvement. I mean, it's not 1985 Bears, but they've been improved. I'm gonna take the Bears.
Yeah. So
defense is better.
Yeah. Something about Flacco, man. I think
Flacco.
I think Flacco is. I mean, I don't know, man. They're making it work up there in Cincy, man, and they having fun. They putting points on the board, man. So I'm going Bengals in this one, but the line is the Bears by 2.5 on this one. You got the Colts that are visiting, going to the Steelers. Indianapolis, they're going to Pittsburgh. Who wins that game?
Colts.
Yep, I got Colts in that one too. Colts are hot. Very, very hot, man. New ownership. Irsay's daughter, who's running the team right now, man.
Yeah. That's the one. Oh yeah, I heard about her.
Yeah, she's hands-on, very hands-on. And they are winning. They've only lost 1 game. They look good. They look really good, making good decisions. So that's what a winning ball club looks like. So yeah, I think the Colts win that game. The line is the Colts by 3.5. I think they get that. The final game we're going to call, Lou, is the Chiefs versus the Bills. They are going to New York. Who wins that game?
But this one's a toss-up, to be honest with you. I'm going back and forth. Bills, Chiefs.
Yeah.
You have a coin you can flip?
Let me find one.
Well, I'm not a betting man when it comes to this anymore because, I say for other stuff. But if I were betting on this game, I think I would go with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
This is really a tough call.
This is tough, man. This is
Yeah.
tough.
Of
Because
course,
I
Diane's
think
going
that
to kill me, but
yeah, I think whatever was going on with the Chiefs, they kind of figured it out. Unfortunate for the
I
rest
mean, I
of the
know
league.
Diane's going to hate that, but still.
Yeah, right. Yeah, something was going on. Whatever was going on with the Chiefs, they kind of figured it out. Life
Yeah.
after Tyreek Hill. So, but the Bills have figured something out after that Falcons game too. God, man, this game is a toss up.
Yeah. Got myself,
I
flip a coin.
I am going with the home team. I'm going with the home team, so I'll go with the Bills in this one. But I won't be surprised if the Chiefs pull out the win.
Neither will I.
Yeah, I won't be surprised at all. So, all right. So Lou, that's it. That's all we got. Close us out, brother.
All right. Enhanced Sports Show continues on as we head into November. Oh, wow.
Really?
Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Numbers 512-543-4662. Either it's going to be a recap of the World Series or I'll take predictions for a possible Game 7.
Mm-hmm.
We won't. Now, keep in mind, folks, we won't know until Friday's game. So, it's gonna be like at press time. So we'll find out if the Blue Jay, if the well, first who's going to win this game first before we do anything else. But because the winner's going to go 3-2, so it's either going to be a Game 7 preview or a recap on Saturday. Also NFL, also covering NBA and NHL as well. I got some WNBA news as well, even though it's not the season, but some important news has come our way, and it's not very good.
Mm-hmm.
And those of you following, know what I'm talking about. And of course, WWE and UFC as well. Also, have our monthly look at the standings and schedules. Your thoughts and comments, which are always welcome. Sports trivia, this date in sports history, because we can't do a whole week because it would take forever. Still good story of the week. In fact, it'd be so long, it wouldn't even surpass Game 3 over here for this game that's announced since Monday. Oh boy. Yeah. So, don't forget to like and share the page. And we're on Facebook Live. And I think we're down to like six or seven shows left in the year. So, well, I don't do Thanksgiving, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what weeks we're going to do for December. I don't know if we're going to do the 20th or not, or may do that and take off the last week of December, first week in January. So I don't know, but we've got about 6 or 7 shows left in the year, which are up in my 8th year.
Congratulations. Congratulations, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, I can write a book.
Yeah.
So if you got time, call in. Don't hesitate to call either.
Will do, Lou. Will do. And so that's excellent news. Excellent. I'll probably call you. We get a chance during the halftime. I know the Bulldogs start at 3:30, so probably have halftime around that time. So I will try to peek in this weekend, Lou. See how you guys are doing, man. And just
I had to get your football predictions anyway.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Lou.
Yeah. Next week we'll have the first of the college football.
CFP rankings.
The CFP rankings. But I think it's not coming out until this Tuesday, right?
Yep, this Tuesday. Yep, it's a whole show now, Lou.
Then next week we'll take care of that.
Oh yeah. Yep. Perfect timing.
I know. Hi, folks.
Excellent. Thanks, Lou, and he's gone. We want to thank everybody for joining the Bread and Hover show tonight. We will be back next week at the same bat time, same bat channel. We'll probably get Hover back next week. Pull him out of that water out there, pull him off the beach, tell him to come back on in here and join the show. So until then, speak on it.